Okay, going over to the A box, we have the same exact situation. We got an A-shaped root 5 root 3, a D-shaped 4 6 root, D-shaped root 4 6. By the way, it's just the darkened over here are the sunken notes because this is the fret, not here, so you can't really get this unless this is a finger bar, and then you can lift that finger bar easily to get this in an arpeggio or a scale. Additionally, the 4 and the 7 are just blackened so we can see pentatonic easily, because pentatonic's root 2 3 5 6. It doesn't have the 4 and the 7, because the 4 is interesting for the 4th and the 7 is interesting for the 5th. Okay, so before we go horizontal in the regular cage system, I just want to let you know that I'd rather not edit out some of my mistakes from yesterday's video. Everything's worth something. It's sometimes good to see someone who's experienced struggle, because that's part of learning guitar. Because most people teach themselves. I would think, in this day and age, a lot of people attempt to teach themselves. I taught myself piano. I only had, really, in my whole life, I only had about 5 piano lessons. And I got a chance once to play one of the songs I wrote for the guy who wrote Winchester Cathedral. Anyway, so I've been doing this for a long time, and just want to let you know that because of the YouTube and the logistics of uploading, it'd be easier if I didn't edit up the previous lessons. So this is going to be added to the lesson from yesterday, and perhaps even the day before. And so we started on the 3rd and the 4th. Okay, it was the 3rd and the 4th, the morning and the evening of yesterday. It's just easier for me to just upload to YouTube instead of trying to replace videos. Okay, so with that in mind, let's hurry up, because this is just going to be added to the last part. So you could do it, the 3 shapes here. Now the G minor shape, by the way, and the A shape 5 root 3, the G minor is going to be 6 root 3, okay? 5 root 3 is the first inversion, but 6 root 3 is 6 root 3 G minor shape 6 root 3 6. So first of all, here I'm not going to be taking it into the next pentatonic to the left, where you would go from G minor to A minor shape 3 6 and then root up here. We're not going to be adding that. I realized we were going too far. So sometimes we got to deal with on-string intervals in the cage, but as long as the cage counts, that's important. At least counts. It can have a double, because there's options to do cutouts or play away, which will take you up into the next cage. Okay, so it's 5 6 right here. 5 6 root 2. Here's your A-shaped C right here. Okay, and then the D-shaped F, and then E-shaped G. But when you get to the minor, now I take the capo off, you would do this like this. Is easier anyway, right? And then E-shaped. For the pentatonics, though, for that E-shaped pentatonic, D coming down, going up on A. So that was below the fret nut there. We're going to consider this on string as valid in the cage. We got to try and make the cages as small as possible, unless we just want to have, for beginners, even intermediate, unless you want to just indicate a cage as optionally bigger. Depends on how you're splitting up the things. C minor is the fourth relative, the relative of the fourth, which is the D minor shape, 2, 4, 6. So it's 6, 2, 4. This is the C minor shape, 6, 2, 4, 6. Okay. 6, 2, 4. So it's 6, 2, 4, 6. Now we should have an on string here, but we don't, so it's 6, 2, 4. Here's our on string, and then 6. Does that make sense? For the second minor in the A cage. Now see how we got that 4 up there? That's from the tri-pentatonic. The true A cage, the way I see it, is tri-pentatonic, which is going to include the 1, the 4, and the 5 major. So we can get that on string. That's the D minor arpeggio. Okay? In C minor shape. It's a D minor arpeggio because it's the second in key of C. Okay? Now the D minor shaped arpeggio is the D minor third, because we're going up one cage. So we originally had a D minor shaped D minor, and we're going to have a D minor shaped D minor. There's going to be D minor 3, 5, 7, right? Same thing. 5. Okay, where's our 7 now? We don't have our 7. 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7. Okay, right here. Our 7 is missing. Right there. Luckily we didn't have to add another fret nut or anything like that. It just, I didn't put it in there because I didn't do the sunken fret for the mother cage. You know, the cage that has everything, after I divided them into the modes. So it's there. So it's 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5. Again, we're going to be dealing with on strings. We're not going to try and go to the left to the next pentatonic increase from a G minor. We're on the D minor shape. From D minor, what's a pentatonic increase? E minor shape. E minor shape. So if we're looking at 3, 5, 7, the E minor shape is going to be in second inversion. We're looking for 7, 3, 5. It'd be up here. 7. It'd be 7. Where's 7? 7, 3, 5. The top's going to be the 5 there. It'd be up here. It'd be way up here. Okay, kind of thing. Wait a second. The top is going to be the 5th. Okay, just for a minute, I'm going to show this. With the D minor shapes, third minor, if we want to go pentatonic up, okay, it's actually going to be caged up. It's going to be a caged up, not pentatonic. So it is an E minor shaped. Sorry, my bad there. It's C minor shapes. It's going to be 7. Oh, by the way, this isn't even right. Okay, I thought I heard something outside. I'm very susceptible to distractions doing the shape analysis. 7, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5. There's your C minor to D minor. That's the name of that tune.